Stardew Valley, the spiritual successor to Harvest Moon we didn't know we needed. Now, I know what you're saying. Isn't Stardew Valley hella old? While it's not the newest game, it's still one of my pocket picks. Even though I played Stardew many times, most playthroughs are until the first winter, and then I just quit. But this time, I'm dedicated to finish at least 1 year. So, to summarize the plot, Grandpa dies. And leaves us with a letter and the instruction to open it when we feel like we want to speedrun life. We open the letter, revealing it to be a deed to a plot of land in Pelican Town. On the other hand though, what is going on with these people? This dude is definitely watching something he shouldn't, this guy is on something, and there's a giant skeleton. But the worst part is that girl. What is she looking at? The screen is turned off! Anyway, after a quick bus ride, I make it to Pelican Town and immediately get shit on because my house looks crusty. First day, I found a present of 15 parsnip seeds left by Mayor Lewis. Little did he know, this was a start of a farming empire. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First, we clean up the farm, plant the snips, and go to Pierre's shop to buy 1 cauliflower, 1 beanstalk, and 8 potatoes. This will be important later on. On the second day, Fisherman Willie comes back and gives me a free fishing rod. Sucker, this is monumental. Fishing is by far the best moneymaker. For like the first week, then it pretty much gets outscaled by everything else. Later on, Marnie propositioned me to adopt a cat that will serve no purpose at all. Fate named him Wombus, and I love him. While preparing to venture into the dark and deadly mines, Mayor Lewis stops me and proceeds to have a boomer moment, blaming the kids and saying they would rather sit in front of the TV than play inside the community center. Yes, the broken down, dangerous, and these are his words, not mine, full of rats community center. And then proceeds to threaten me with selling the place if anyone else buys a Joja membership. While inside the community center, the Junimo appear. They are little forest creature thingies. And here comes the biggest decision of the game. Do you go with the capitalist route and side with Joja by getting a membership and unlocking everything with money? Or do you go the socialist route and unlock everything by sharing the fruit of your labor with the Junimos? This also includes just giving them money. Like most of the Stardew Valley community, I never even once consider siding with Joja, and I take it as a personal insult if you buy anything from them and not Pierre. Morris can take his 50% Joja coupons and shove them up his ass. But more on that later. For now, the Junimos left me a ransom letter. But joke's on them, cause I can't read that shit. In order to obtain the forbidden knowledge of the forest people, I must drink the forbidden forest slurp that most certainly does not contain illegal extraterrestrial and mythical ingredients. While high on forest stimulants, I connected on a spiritual level with the Junimos, gaining the ability to read and understand their ransom letter. Basically, a lot of stuff mysteriously broke, and by giving the Junimos tax-free gifts, they will magically repair it. Like repairing the bridge, removing the boulder, and fixing the fucking bus stop, forcing the residential bum to get a fucking job. Speaking of doing your job, I really have no idea who elected Mayor Lewis, or what exactly does he even do around here, cause it seems like he was just waiting for a dim-witted farmer boy to move in and start fixing his town. I mean, doesn't he use the town funding to support the local economy and improve the lives of his citizens? Oh, never mind then. So from that point, I was set on finishing the community center and accumulating as much wealth as possible. That means planting all the fruits and vegetables, collecting all of the forageables, and paying them with cash for the money bundle. I still don't understand how that's considered gifts of the forest. So, what is there to do in Pelican Town?
Welcome to Pelican Town, a quiet, remote destination in the heart of the Stardew Valley. If you're looking for action, you came to the right place. If you want a singular bar, we got it. Enrich yourself with the local culture, depending on how much the local farmer is donated to the museum. Pelican Town, where everyone is your friend.
Coincidentally, having no friends is the main reason I keep playing this god-awful, fantastic substitute for social interactions. But that's not here nor there. The essence of Stardew Valley are the 5 skills: mining, bashing rocks for precious metals and gems; foraging, basically being a professional, unhoused individual; fishing, fantastic moneymaker for the first week of the game; combat, whacking monsters before they whack you; and farming, the bread and butter of this whole operation, and the best moneymaker by far. Unlocking sprinklers is the most important thing in this game. I mean, you're not going to manually water 330 potatoes, are you? Speaking of potatoes, plucking them out of the ground is like a little dose of dopamine. Out of all the romanceable NPCs, I must choose one, and trust me, it wasn't an easy decision. Most runs, I pick between my beloved rock eater Abigail or the pink party-loving Haley. I went with Maru, mostly because I ignore her in most runs, but more importantly, because her favorite gift is strawberries, which coincidentally leads us to events. Now, I could go in detail about every event, but that's boring, and I skip most of them because they're boring. The only 2 that really matter are the night market, where you can buy funky paintings. The Egg Festival, where you can get a hat in an egg collection game made for children. I get first place or I restart the day. And, arguably less important, the strawberry seeds I need to secure my future wife. The last notable event is the Stardew Valley Fair, where you can get your very first star drop. Star drops are magical little fruit that you consume the second you get your hands on them, and they increase your maximum energy. There are a total of 7 star drops to get. The first one is with 2,000 Stardew Valley Fair tickets. The second is by reaching floor 100 in the mines. The third is from your spouse. The fourth is sold to you by shadow people in the sewers. The fifth by giving this statue a berry. And the other 2 are not going to happen. I never get them and I probably never will. But that's enough explaining. This video is getting too long and I have a lot to cover, so I'll just speed review year 1. In spring, we plant potatoes. Then, after the Stardew Valley Fair, we add strawberries. Summer is blueberry seasons. Fall is mostly corn. And winter is usually a dead season. But because of my godlike planning abilities, I was able to unlock the greenhouse and plant some coffee beans. What I didn't plan was that planting coffee beans started my crippling caffeine addiction. By the way, we have a perfectly good carpenter working in Stardew, but instead of hiring her to fix the greenhouse, I need to bribe magic beans with fruits and vegetables? And I also married Maru and caught a legendary fish. You decide which is more impressive. Year 2 is where things pick up steam. I have a child in the middle of the night, and I proceeded to ignore its existence. I also witnessed a race war. But more importantly, I finished the community center after placing the last item, a red cabbage, which unlocks the building and does nothing and changes no NPCs at all. At least I get to watch Pierre punch Morris, so that's pretty cool. At the end of year 2, Gramps' eternal spirit comes forth and tells me that my farm was so good, he can finally rest. And so can I. The game really lost my interest after completing the community center. It really feels like it was supposed to end there. But I've done what I've set out to do, and now there's only one thing left to do. Shh. Be better than me. I'm not fucking doing Ginger Island! More videos are in the making, and if you watched this far, I sincerely thank you.